I have a rainbow trout today that I took the time to slow roast on a red cedar plank. It's at a nice warm temperature. I'm just going to bring it over here to you so you can see this. This is another form of cooking with terpenes. This wood was alive. It had its nutritional value that can now be infused into this trout. So we're going to pair this with some heirloom tomatoes. We're going to add a nice watercress salad to that. And at the end of the day, we want to understand that, as Eric said, we're dealing with a plant. This plant, the moment it is taken from the ground, like us, the moment we are taken from our nutrient point, begins to lose its nutritional value. So just like Eric, he wants to trap that compound and extract that. When it comes to being nutrition fit and making sure that you have the highest quality terpenes, you want to capture that as well. So when it comes to roasting that rainbow trout on the cedar plank, you don't want to add your extractions at that point, because you want to roast at about 400 to 475 degrees. If you were to do your own extraction or purchase your own extraction, anything that is over 350 degrees is greatly going to affect the active compound that is either THC or CBD. So I just want to let that be known. When we're dosing, we want to dose at a nice low rate. The plate that I'm about to put together is about 325 milligrams. What does that mean? That means that you are microdosing your extractions. So number one, you should have good faith and understanding that you extracted well. And number two, we're going to go into microdosing. Everything that had an oil on my end was done from an extraction that was either cold pressed organic coconut oil or grass-fed butter. These are really great, healthy fats that actually extract clean. You don't have to worry about doing anything but just filtering the flours, and that's more the extraction that I'm talking about. There's many others, but right now I'm focusing on your flour extractions. Okay, so we're just going to jump into it real quick, plate this up, and have a great understanding of what all this looks like. Now, in the nature of putting together a plate, you want to know that all of this is also a good, healthy, cognitive meal. Because we're talking about some gentlemen that may have some PTSD, or a community out there that goes through anxiety, we also want to combine these properties together on a plate that is actually going to assist with neurological bionutrition. By doing this, we can now shake hands with either THC or CBD, and just salute to CBD, because out of the two, it is the only one that is holding B complex formulas inside of it. This means now that you actually have niacin, you have riboflavin. In addition to that, you have one of my most favorite, which is B12. And Eric may know this best because he's jumping into the quantified side of it. The plant is green. When the plant is green, that means its carbon code is carbon atom 12. And this is when the electrons, the protons, and the neutrons can be quantified and affected to each human code. So we're moving in the same direction, and B12 is your conversion vitamin. So all this talk that I'm saying, it's not going to work in the body unless you have these vitamins that literally, like a train track, convert you from express to local stops. So that's basically what we're doing with nutrition. We're putting all this together. We're putting about a half of a teaspoon. A half of a teaspoon will get you about 300 milligrams. If you want to get to precisely 325 milligrams, you'll do half of a teaspoon and then 1/10 of a teaspoon. And that will put you around the range of 325 milligrams. That may sound a little scary for you guys, but I want you to understand when we're talking about milligrams, we have to compare it to grams. So to equal 1 gram, you have 1,000 milligrams. So what I'm doing is I'm breaking that up almost into 3 sections for the beginners. The experienced people, you guys know how to dose, or you've been down the rabbit hole a few times and it's not that scary anymore. So these are for the beginners, the novice. Understand, you can break that 1,000 milligrams up and you can do it in 3 shot sections. So you get a 3 you get another 3, which makes 6, you get another 3, which makes 9. So for the beginners, you just want to stay in that 300 range. Now we can add sauces, we can add a higher dose to make it 600, to make it 900 and beyond. But right now, safety first. This isn't a new thing, but I see a lot of new people getting into a very old thing, doing an uneducated move, which is not asking questions from the experts. So this is why we're putting all this together. So real simple. In addition to that, we have a nice iron skillet right here. And for those that may not know, this is how you infuse iron properties into your food. So we're going to get these iron properties from these potatoes right onto our plate. We're going to just place that nicely there. These, once again, were oiled, salt, pepper, and garlic, and that oil was the organic coconut sativa. Once again, all of it's microdosed, so the plate will come together quite nicely. We're going to also work with phytonutrients. I will bring the plate up so you guys can see, but this watercress here is 100% raw. And the reason why we're doing raw is because phytonutrients exist only in the raw chemical conversion of plants. This is why consuming your fresh, raw fruits or vegetables work perfectly during a combined plate when cooking with terpenes, because we want as much phyto experience for the body. This is why people that may not have the best diet love CBD, because it is a plant-based element that was trapped in its form to create the best active compound. When you're dealing with just what we would call a regular green vegetable, we want to make sure that that's what we're experiencing for the body. So we're placing that here. We're going to put these heirloom tomatoes right on top. There we go. Real simple and easy. I'm going to come up here. I'm going to show you. This is just a regular plate. Looks awesome. And now look what happens. Oh, look, a wonderful trout showing up, making this complete meal absolutely wonderful. And then to promote our vitamin A superfood, I am going to sprinkle some wonderful crushed flowers that happens to be courtesy of my farmer. Shout out to that farmer. And this is lava cake. Now, this, good people, is not going to get you high. This is THCA. THCA has no active compound for psychological effects. You must turn it into a decarb of some kind, whether it's an extraction or whether taking a hit, and that will turn this into Delta 9. So those that may not consume herb to get high, this is a perfect way to actually dose your plate without affecting any of the psychoactive abilities. It's going to give you a great form of vitamin A. It's a superfood. Once again, this beautiful plate can simply be made at home. You just have to remember, low and slow, meaning dose very low and take it slow. For the beginners, chart. It may seem nerdish, but chart your experience. You will thank us all later when you're in that medium to advanced level and you're helping others work to that next stage, because we want to make sure that there's more plant education for all of our businesses to thrive. And here we go. Cooking with terpenes. It can't get any more simple than that. We're just going to keep this going on week after week. Gentlemen, you have any questions for me?
All right. So many people are on mute. I don't know if anybody wants to unmute themselves and actually ask a question or put it in the chat, and I'll be happy to facilitate the questions to Chef Nikko. Go ahead, Eric.
Not really a question. I have a statement. Chef Nikko, that was awesome. Like,
thank you, buddy. I appreciate you.
Phenomenal, man. I want to get together with you and just discuss food. We're getting into food in late 2021 is our plan, and you seem to be the right man to do some implementation of testing. Also, I'd like to figure out how we can get, you know, like when the pandemic's over, are you for hire for dinners and parties and things like that?
That's absolutely correct. I basically cater to the need of my client. If there is a need to know any more of this plant-based education, I put my website in the chat box for everybody here.
Nikko, we lost you, buddy. You're on mute. Nikko.
Oh, you're on mute.
You're on mute, Nikko. Reggie, can you unmute Nikko?
Oh, he's got it. He's got it.
Okay, sorry about that. Can you hear me now?
Yes, sir.
Okay, sorry about that. Okay, so I'm going to start this over again. Just so that you understand, the website is inside the chat box for those that are inside the meeting. For those that are viewing, you can check me out on my website at pvtchefnikko.com, and that's where you can get the ebook. I called myself to action during this COVID-19 process because this is just a quick breakdown of where this food science comes from before the culinary arts. My mother detoxed her womb and had my brother and I in a very plant-based mindset. And while we were in the developing stages, she studied every international decimal point unit of every fruit and every vegetable alphabetically, and literally like a DJ dialed our metabolic rate from the ages of 0 to 13, then handed us information at the age of 13, said, you are grown men now, uphold your life with this information. So as I grew into my world of being a chef, it is very important to pass this type of information on, because it's very hard to find this if you're not a data and research monger like myself. So I've made it very simple. It's a very simple read. It's a wonderful handbook. And outside of that, if you guys aren't going to do that, just come check us out every week, and I'm going to give you some great plant-based education. Look at the people on board. We're all in this, once again, because we are positive capitalists. And we know that if we're working with the very last green gold, which is hemp or THC, we know that we can provide you not only with a quality product, but great education at the same time. So yes, Eric, salute to you. We will definitely be in touch. I'll send the information when we're offline, but if anybody has any questions moving forward, if not, I'll introduce you to a few more health components that took place on the plate. You just let me know.
Okay. I'm looking right now, and I don't see any questions on the chat. Does anybody else want to speak up real quickly? All right, Chef Nikko, let's move to the second section of this. And, what is the next thing that we're going to talk about?
Okay, so in the nature of the plate that was made, there was a lot of plant-based technology that went into this. Yes, it just looks like a tomato salad, but what am I going for with those colors? Colors are, once again, another form of phytonutrients. So the red is a part of 25,000 flavonoids that are in phytonutrients. That color red, so just remember this, anything red helps convert carbohydrates into energy. This is how this food is going to help the THC, it's going to help the CBD actually do its job, which is extremely important, because at the end of the day, if we're not converting our food into energy, we're having 0 calories. It sounds good, but 0 calories means 0 energy. So this is the main reason why we're keeping it simple. We're attracting the eyes with great color, and then we have yellow tomatoes, and that is a great way of putting another form of vitamin C, because any fruit or vegetable that is yellow is high in vitamin C. Now, simple toss with salt, pepper, garlic, and some fresh herbs. These fresh herbs are key to assisting the body. Why? Because we are working with a simple herb called rosemary. I am going to bring this to the camera. This is a great friend of mine. Rosemary wants to introduce themselves to you as a adaptogen herb. That means that this herb has 5 things. 1, it is anti-inflammatory. 2, it is antiviral. 3, it is antidepressant. 4, it balances every human hormone. And then 5, it is antibacterial. When you mince that up and you put that into a cold phytonutrient salad, now you have the ability every time you chew to have your body promote those 5 things per chew. You don't have to complete the plate. This is another form of terpene microdosing. This is going to usher along all the rest of the information that is coming from your extraction. At the end of the day, if I'm not talking about an extraction, we're just talking about a wonderful plate of food. This is why we're marrying both great food and extractions to understand, how do I dose and just enjoy this meal like you would enjoy a glass of wine with a regular plate. That's what about 300, 325 is going to do to the body. Mellow you out, relax your body, start detoxing itself, because CBD and THC, when you consume it, it filters through the liver. When you smoke it, it filters through the lungs. So you have a wonderful process to consume this and have things filter through the liver, and the liver actually detoxes itself. So the more properties that you're placing that are going to help the body, help out with the extraction process. Always remember to keep it clean. Yeah, you're going to eat the stuff and have the fats and have the candies, that's fine. But don't just run to one of Eric's products and be like, oh yeah, it's going to work. No. You have to shake hands with a positive product that took a lot of time. So you have to do pre and post. If you ate like crap 2 days ago, slow it down before you take a product, especially before you leave a review. Make sure that you are representing that product. Nobody puts Honda oil into an Audi. So this is where we're going with this. We must understand pre and post to get the best out of everything that we're doing. And that's basically it. Outside of that, it's a wonderful plate of food. You leave all the food science up to me, and as we go, we just cook them with terpenes.
Okay, everybody. Well, thank you for that, Chef Nikko, and much appreciate your contribution week in and week out. Joe, good to see you tonight. Thanks.
Hey, gentlemen, how we doing?
Good, Joe. Why don't you give us a little insight on edibles? Just touch on the edibles industry before we get out of here. We're got about 15 minutes left, so.
All right, wonderful, wonderful.
All right, so go ahead, Joe. Take it away.
Oh, we're educating on edibles dosing. What have we been through so far? Where we want to start?
All right, so let's just say this. I think tonight where we can jump back into, Nikko was talking a lot about microdosing, and so was Eric in the past. And I'm sure you remember Eric from the event in
Absolutely.
LA.
Good to see you, Eric.
You know, right now what we're focusing on here is the whole idea of where the market is in the edibles. What are you guys doing to help patients and to keep the nature's blessing? And give us a background of what's going on really in the market, if you will.
Absolutely, guys. So for those of you who don't know me, my name's Joe Hager. I'm a managing partner of Nature's Key down in Oklahoma City. We are a manufacturer of edibles ranging from microdose to megadose to mixed dose. We offer a wide variety of selections for a multitude of patients with needs. Right now, as far as the market's concerned, you know, it's crazy right now. In the midst of COVID, we definitely saw a spike. We saw a little bit of a downward trend afterwards, and now we're starting to see that uptick again. You know, talking with our team, having an understanding of consumer behavior, we're confident that we're going to see an uptick in business. People are going to need us more than ever. And we're confident that what we're developing currently is really going to be able to help with that. You know, as Chef probably echoed tonight, terpenes is the next thing. I mean, when you're able to design profiles for sleep, for energy, for focus, that is the next layer of the onion into personalized healthcare that we are really trying to drive at. We're looking to partner with medical communities here in Oklahoma, and also specific parts of the community that have a unique access and ability to want to be a part of some form of study, some form of tracking, and actually being to better understand exactly how this is helping our patients. So as far as what I believe the market will bring, I think it's going to continue to be very strong. I think we will continue to be a necessary open business. And I think, you know, the work that we're doing down here, I'm very, very encouraged to see where we're going.
All right. Thank you very much for that, Joe. And today, Chef Nikko was very, very kind in showing us how to manage the microdosing in the cooking process. So how would you tell us to manage the microdosing from an edibles process, what you're pushing
Sure.
on the shelf.
Absolutely, and I don't want to step on Nikko in any way and his artistry that he brings to the table. But as far as what a gummy can offer compared to a home cooked meal, I'll equate it to, you can either pick up the prescription that has the precise dosing, or we could be in the ballpark. And again, Chef, that's not to say, with us, we're doing an exact dosing. We are offering you a medication that will be the same every single time. We are looking for you to have a repeatable, reputable experience so that you can find where you fit in our line, and also you can have the highest quality of life. That's as simple as it is.
All right. So does anybody have any questions for Joe tonight?
Yeah, Joe, it's Eric.
Absolutely, Eric. Good to see you again.
Good to see you too. We are exploring gummies right now and are looking for teams that already know what they're doing for co-branding.
Absolutely.
How many different SKUs do you have, and are you making your own gummies or outsourcing?
Yes, we're making our own gummies. We're very proud to say that as far as the technology goes, we were one of the first 2 machines from Europe, from Baker Perkins, a very, very high quality confectionery machine. And we've figured out the dosing. So we absolutely would be open to co-branding opportunities. We believe in the big cannabis business, the big C, and part of that is partnerships and putting together our minds to benefit our communities as much as possible. So I would absolutely welcome the conversation, Eric, and we're starting to work with people out of state, New York, Missouri, Oregon. We're talking with some people out there as well to explore these opportunities. And like I said earlier, we've really had some great success with adding specific terpene profiles back into our gummies. And that's our main driver for our business. We do offer a chocolate line as well. We offer a cereal bar line. But as far as where we're wanting to go with that, we do want to attack the CBD end of the business. I'd be lying if I said THC is our focus right now, simply from a cash flow standpoint. It's allowing us to get where we want to go and allowing us to do what we want to do. So again, I would welcome that conversation, and we are absolutely open.
Are the machines easy to clean? Because what
Absolutely.
I'm looking for, I'm not really looking for, there's plenty of CBD guys out there. I'm looking for really good gummy guys, because we're getting into vitamin A, vitamin D,
Yeah, sure.
all gummies.
Absolutely, and it's very simple. We use boiling water to clean our machines. Perfect. I mean, it's not rocket science. It's really making candy with precise dosing, and we've done the test. We continue to do the test again, so that you can have a repeatable, reputable experience.
Let's talk. Get my number from Reggie.
Absolutely.
Give me a buzz tomorrow, because we're launching 16 products on our own right now, but we have 30 in SKU. Half of the ones remaining are gummies, and they're for mainstream usage. So there'll be some CBD, but most of it will be vitamin based and hormone based.
Wonderful.
Love the chat. Let's talk.
Looking forward to the chat.
Absolutely.
I love making money. Getting done. Again, that's what this platform is all about. We are all in the business of generating revenue for our families and our needs and producing world-class products, and that's what our platform is about, connecting good people together. So again, I'm Reginald Grant. It's just about putting the things together in a good way to facilitate positive relationships. I thank everybody on board and on the call. Jeff, back to you.
All right. Well, I was just going to close it out for tonight and say thank you to everybody for joining. I hope you enjoyed the show. Every Wednesday, we're going to be extending our programming now, where we're going to have 30 to 45 minutes of cannabis communication talks with a sponsor. And we thank our sponsor tonight, Eric Quantum, for joining us tonight. And we're going to be learning a little bit about each business as we grow along and making new relationships. We're really thankful to have the opportunity to put Joe and Eric together tonight and to really develop strong relationships here for the cannabis community. We want to keep doing this each and every week. And then after that, at about 7:30 Eastern time, we will be moving to cooking with terpenes on a weekly basis. And we look forward to Chef Nikko's involvement in the continued growth of cookingwithterpenes.com and the new brand that Cannabis Pitch Live has helped launch. So again, for the founders of Cannabis Pitch Live, Reggie, myself, and Joe, we look forward to seeing you each and every week and, you know, growing our brand and growing your brand with us. So, and always remember, if you have anything that you want to say, throw it up in the chats as we move along, and there's opportunity for everyone to make announcements about their business here. This is a forum for growth. This is not a forum for, you know, just sitting back and not doing anything about it. We're taking this pandemic seriously. We look forward to being able to come back to live events as soon as possible and getting you all back in one room. But for now, we appreciate everyone joining and thank you for your time tonight. We look forward to seeing you next week.
Okay, listen, gentlemen, before we head out, a quick 15-second demo just to promote this plant-based education. People at home, grab a piece of mint, tear it, smell it, terpenes. People at home, grab a lime, scratch it, smell it, terpenes. It's simple, it's plant-based. We'll see you next week.
Awesome, guys. Be safe, everyone.
Gotta love it, guys. Thank you so much. I love this stuff.
Take care.
Take care, everyone.
Thanks, Eric. Thanks, Dr. Chef Nikko. Thank you,
Absolutely,
everybody
bro.
else, Leroy and Benjamin and everybody else on the call. Appreciate you. Have an exceptional week. We'll see you same time next week, Wednesday, 4 o'clock West Coast, 7 o'clock East Coast. Peace, love, and happiness. We're out.
Let's go.
Take care, everyone.
All right, be good.